Gustav Mahler, who lived from 1860 to 1911, worked most notably in Vienna and New York. His primary occupation during the fall through spring months was as a conductor, mostly of opera. It was during the summers that he composed on a very large scale, including 10 symphonies. This is quoting Mahler, "To write a symphony is, for me, to construct a world. It must embrace everything." And he says about the Third Symphony, quote, "In this score, all nature speaks and tells such deep secrets as one may intuit in a dream," unquote. It's no accident that Mahler speaks of dreams, considering another influential figure in Vienna at this time, Sigmund Freud.
He was so detailed in all his work that you get a sense of exactly what he wanted, even though he lived hundreds of years before us. And it's such a contrast from what you typically consider a finale of a symphony, because it's so slow, but it's still so powerful.
The sixth movement, What Love Tells Me, is held together by a chorale or hymn, which embodies Mahler's philosophical search for a profound attunement to the spirit of life. In this hymn, which appears in some very dramatic settings, Mahler quotes the first 9 notes of the slow movement of Beethoven's Final String Quartet, an earlier Viennese composer who came to terms with suffering by reaching out for universal love.
Orchestra gives me an opportunity to get away from the stresses of life and academics. When I'm in orchestra, when I'm playing the cello, I'm only focused on music, on the cello, and it's just a way for me to relieve stress and do something that I enjoy doing.
And most of the orchestra is music majors, but it helps to just be a part of it, be a part of something that makes this awesome music that we have, like this Mahler or any other pieces I've played for the last 3 semesters that I've been here. There's just so much good things going on here, so much creativity, so much just musicality that it gets kind of transcends everything else I'm doing at school, and kind of gets into this different area than where I'm at most of the day, which honestly it really, really helps me. It keeps me sane, keeps me energized.
I would say self-improvement. Definitely self-improvement. This is my 7th semester right now, and I can say from all semesters I've always had the sense that I've always improved some way, somehow, no matter how simple or difficult the pieces I played. I've always learned something about myself, my limitations, and how I perceive things, even when I'm not holding the instrument, which is pretty cool, to be honest.
Crescendo now, those of you who have it. Crescendo more. Right. So some of you have crescendo. Who has crescendo in these measures? Yeah, and who doesn't? Right. A lot of it. So make sure you don't be swayed by the people who have the crescendo, right? The crescendo. And people have crescendo. You can crescendo a little bit more, and then where it's the next dynamic marking is it's subito, softer. Right? All these kind of faults.
It's such an incredible joy for me to work with the UMBC Symphony. Playing within or conducting an orchestra is really a magical, almost spiritual experience. You can imagine a large, diverse group of people cooperating on a very deep level, listening very carefully to each other and also to themselves, projecting to an audience one unified, beautiful, expressive voice in sound that brings to life the thoughts of a composer, sometimes hundreds of years ago, that's passed through notation of little black dots on a page.
The orchestra specifically, that's just where my passion is. So just being able to share that with 80 plus people and then perform that in front of a live audience, it enriches my life, my love, my passion, my drive.